Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Yasmin Soraya, and this is another episode of The Path of the Feminine, a series of videos where we are talking about feminine spirituality and the path of reclaiming our feminine power. So today, I want to talk to you about the source of feminine power. Where does our feminine power stem from, and how do we access it? So, what's important to consider is that there's a big difference between feminine and masculine power. The way it expresses is very different. The way masculine power expresses is very physical. It's very strong in the sense of active. It's like a bit like a sword that slices through the air, that slices through something. It's very focused, very pinpointed. It's very much that physical aspect of power, strength, structure, form, everything that's intense, everything that's action forward, that's very active. While feminine power, the way masculine power expresses itself is also like it pushes, it gives form, it directs, it moves things. It actually is very hands-on power. While feminine power is very different. Feminine power is subtle. It's an undercurrent. It's leading by example, leading by being the embodiment. Feminine power doesn't go ahead and change the world around it. Feminine power leads itself. It moves through, it flows through the world in a way that the world around it can't help but be magnetized to that way of being. It is kind of like comparing fire and water. Masculine power is fire. It burns, it also leaves life-giving ashes. It destroys that which isn't true. It's very cutting through the shit, cutting through the stories, cutting through anything that isn't true. Healed masculine power, of course. And healed feminine power is more like water. It doesn't try to change its environment. It just flows like a stream just flows along its path and where it's flowing. And it doesn't tell the stones to disappear, and it doesn't tell the grass to stop growing, but it knows where it's going. And so it's flowing along its path. But the environment can't help but adapt to that flow, follow it. The stones eventually begin either to move, depending on how strong the current is, or to be formed by the presence of the water. Sometimes you see that in those beautiful mountain rivers. We have a lot here in South Tyrol. You see that the stones have literally been carved out by the water. The water didn't try to remove them or push them away or anything like masculine power would. The feminine power of the water, just through its constant presence, it changed the form of the stone. The stone became different through its presence. So the feminine power is a flow, it's an undercurrent, it's very subtle, it's more soft, it's nurturing, it's like the way we hold ourselves with the love we carry in our hearts. Our environment can't help but be affected by it, can't help but be changed by that way that we are. The feminine power is the way of being that affects the environment, but not with the intention to affect the environment, but with the intention of being what is true, what is love. While the masculine power is the way of doing, of acting, with the intention to change the environment from a place of truth, from a place of love, to direct it towards even more truth and love. So that's how they are different. One is very receptive, very beingness, very magnetic in the way it affects the world around it. And the other one is very electric, active, outwards directed, and very much influencing the environment through piercing into it and focusing its direction, focusing and directing the environment, affecting it physically. So the two of them are very, very different. And the way we resource our feminine power needs to be very different. It's not the same as masculine power. And that's not to say that you, as a feminine dominant being, don't have masculine power. You do. You have both energies within you. You just carry more feminine energy naturally, but you do have also masculine energy. And whenever there is a situation where it's better for you to be in your masculine power, you can totally utilize that, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is not what I'm trying to say. I am not trying to say that masculine power is wrong in any way. Both are valid, both are needed, and both are good for different things. So we just have to learn what is right for us in which moment. And as feminine dominant beings, for us, it's more natural to utilize our feminine power and to lead the world through our example instead of through controlling it. And so I have the feeling this is going to be a 2-part episode because this is a big topic. The way we resource our feminine power is very different. While the masculine power comes a lot actually from the way they experience their physical strength, their focus, their mind needs to be sharp. They need to learn to focus very clearly. They need to learn to be very precise in their energy, and they source their power from physical strength and from, for example, physical effort can really help masculine dominant beings to anchor more in their power. And through learning to control their mind and to control their focus and to control their emotions and direct their energy. Feminine power is also different. Our feminine power comes from sinking deeper into our body, from expanding, from softening, from becoming more in tune with the world around us, through becoming more receptive, through feeling more, through allowing more flow, through connecting more, through softening more. Our feminine power is actually sourced from the way we connect with our environment, the sensual way we experience our environment. A lot of feminine power actually comes from the way we experience pleasure in the body. And that doesn't mean just peak pleasure experiences. That means subtle things like the way we experience the sun on our skin, the way we feel the breeze touching our skin or moving our hair. It's very subtle, the way we enjoy to eat and how we're conscious with the foods we eat. Our feminine power comes from a very deep place of being in tune, being very present. And while the masculine power has a lot of mind focus, he focuses on his ascension. The masculine power tends to want to ascend. The feminine power is very body focused. It's very focused on descension. She focuses on landing deeper in her body, on earthing more, grounding more, becoming more present in her body so she can become that receptive vessel for the divine to flow through, because that's what the feminine is meant to be. That's why we have wombs that can actually birth new souls into this reality, because we're meant to be a vessel for the divine to flow through, and for that we need to be receptive and open. And that we achieve through sinking deeper, softening more, finding power in the connection to our bodies, in being able to feel ourselves, to feel our environment, to really land in our bodies and connect with the world around us through our felt experience, through our deeper knowing, through our gut feeling, through our wombs knowing, through the wisdom we carry in ourselves. And it is in these depths that the feminine sources her power. She finds her power in slowing down, in being more present, in feeling deeper, in using her senses more, being more sensual, being more present, in landing in the depths of her own body, in intuitively understanding the wisdom held within herself, the feminine power begins to rise when the mind stops, when we actually land here, when we actually move to the wisdom of our bodies, when we breathe deep into our wombs, when we arrive in her wisdom, deep, deep, deep down in our pelvis, where no mind can get to. It's only your full feminine consciousness dropping in and descending and anchoring and rooting into your truth, into your power. Here is where you find the source of your power that is also flowing and light and in harmony and in connection with the environment around her. She's constant life force. He is consciousness, masculine energy. He is consciousness. He's awareness. That's why stillness practices and like stillness meditation works incredibly well for the masculine, but can be very challenging for feminine beings, especially when you have like a lot of feminine energy. Because he is stillness, he is awareness, he is consciousness, while she is pure life force. She is constant flow, constant aliveness, constant moving energy. And when we connect with that part again, a part that we were taught to suppress and reject and cut off for a very long time, for several millennia now, we were taught to fear our emotions, to fear our sexual energy, to fear our life force, to fear the way we connect through our body, to try to transcend the body, to disconnect from it, to live from our head, to deem our sexuality as bad, deem our life force as bad, deem our emotions as bad, to really live up here and not connect to the whole of our being. This is what we were taught, and this is what we lost the connection to that feminine power, and we reclaim her when we start landing in our bodies again, when we start connecting to ourselves, when we start feeling our wounds, when we start connecting to that flow of life force. She is life force. She is Shakti. She is that pure energy flowing through us. That is feminine energy, pure life force. And when we allow that again to flow through us every moment, that's when we fully reclaim our feminine power, because that's where she lives. She lives in the flow of energy within us. She lives in the way we feel ourselves, in the way we intuit ourselves. We intuit the world around us. We connect. We flow through life with this energy, with her, in harmony, in balance. This is where we find our power again, rooted deep within our sensuality, our physical presence, our embodiment. And this is what it all leads to. The feminine path is about embodiment, being in the body, living in the body, living through the body wisdom first, letting your intuition and your body wisdom and your soul wisdom lead, and letting the mind be a helper, but not the one in the driver's seat. We have been taught that our mind needs to be, our logic needs to be in the driver's seat. This is wrong. The mind, the logical mind, has been created to be a support system for the soul wisdom we carry within ourselves, within our intuition. And actually nowadays, it's scientifically proven that there's more nerve connections in the gut than there is in the brain. So actually, when the electromagnetic fields are measured, your heart and your gut have a bigger electromagnetic field than your brain. So the gut is nowadays also scientifically known as the second brain because of the so many nerve connections that it has. It has more than the brain. So it has its own intelligence. Just this intelligence, it functions differently than the logical brain intelligence. This is that gut feeling. This is that intuitive wisdom. That is the power of the feminine, or one of the powers of the feminine. One way this power expresses itself. And when we land here, we unfold a whole new reality for ourselves. A reality that can lead to a completely new way of living and being in this world. And so I invite you to take time to land in your body today and every day if you can, to connect with her, to drop into your womb, to drop into your pelvis, to drop into your belly and into your breasts and into your heart, and like just allow yourself to exist here, be here, connect with her. She's not your enemy, she's your ally. Your body is where your power resides. Your body is where you're at home. I hope this serves. Thank you for being here. If you liked this episode, if it helped you, if it served you, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode of The Path of the Feminine. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.